back at it again, y'all. This time we are fighting Ansem. Ansem. Handsome Ansem. His white hair, look at him. Look at him, so nice and wholesome. And, am I using the new Keyblade in this one? No, I think I think that shows up later on. Whew, goddamn. Goddamn, this is the first time I think you see Riku gliding about from place to place as I die. Within 40 seconds! Holy shit. Yeah, so, as you can see, this fight took me a minute. This clip is actually trimmed down a little bit, because the first, I'll say 2 minutes was of nothing, probably because I was on my phone. Probably longer than that originally, but thanks to PlayStation's power, you know, the power of my PlayStation, it cut these clips down to about 15 minutes, so that makes my life way fucking easier. I didn't like this boss. I didn't like him at all. In fact, you can see my drop gauge over there off to the side. I dropped in the middle of this fight, and when where I was at the climax of both parts of the game, but I got to Sora's point before I got to Riku's. So I was a lot farther ahead with Sora than I was with Riku for some reason, I think. So I was at the Xemnas fight, and the first time I did it, I said, no, fuck this, I don't know how to beat Xemnas right now, so let me go catch up with Riku and grind for Riku to get him stronger and get him a Triceratops, since he's clearly not the main character in this game, even though he absolutely is. And then I wound up around the anti-Black Coat Nightmare fight, and woo, chains, yeah, one more, hit that shit, there we go. So anyways, I got around to the anti-Black Coat Nightmare fight, which I think chronologically is a little closer, but I wound up in this fight. I didn't realize that the end of the game was a boss rush, because even though I've had the story of KH3D spoiled to me for like years, since I hadn't played it, I didn't really know how everything worked. All I knew was just like the time travel bullshit and all the other stuff like that. But yeah. So looking back at this fight, good lord almighty, I am so messy in all of these fights. But I dropped in the middle of this fight, and I didn't know that if you drop in the middle of a boss, it actually their health goes back up to full, so you have to basically start the fight all over, which I think is fucking stupid, because you still, I think, end up with the same amount of health, and I'm like, screw you, that's not fair. It's not fair at all. But yeah, I dropped in the middle of this fight, woke up in the Xemnas fight, and I'm like, I don't want to do this! And I kept dying until I dropped again, or I quit the fight or something like that and grinded with Sora until I got a little bit more appropriate. Also, I think this is the, around this fight and the next fight, you'll see the difference in Keyblade, so that's when Sora and Riku aren't matching anymore. And you'll see me swap out characters, because I'm like, I don't want to die in these fights anymore, I actually want to beat this frickin' game! And what actually inspired me to get this game in the first place was, I told myself initially I would never buy a PlayStation 4. My creed for a long time was that I wouldn't buy a PS4 until KH3 until I knew it was being released, or until I was preparing to get it. And so I modified it slightly when I got older, and I'm like, okay, I won't buy one until I get a release date. So lo and behold, it was when they announced that it was coming out in 2019. I'm like, it's flimsy enough for me to get in it, and I'm glad I did, because I wanted to get in Spider-Man. Then I got this, and I said, you know what, I never did play KH3D, and I wanted to play 0.2, and I wanted to get the full story of what the hell happened in this shitstorm mess-ass of a game. Silly-ass Square Enix, but here we are. And so I got it, and I finally pre-ordered KH3, I want to say, start of the new year, maybe? I waited a long time to pre-order that game. One of my biggest regrets, actually, is not pre-ordering it way back when it initially was announced, back in, like, what was it, 2012, back when it was supposed to come out for the PS3. God, how long I waited for this game, it's ridiculous. And there I go, dead again, rambling as I die, and stupid ways, too. I hate that move, by the way. I actually don't really know how to dodge it, so I just kind of fly around and get out the way and just hope for the best. Because, man, Ansem is kind of a pain in the ass in this fight. When you're like floating around and everything. Those blades aren't that hard to dodge. But that gets on my fucking nerves, because he quick steps almost. And then I can go over there and fuck him up again. And this is, I think I'm slightly more physical in this fight, but again, I keep that same strategy. I keep that same energy that I had before about just keeping my distance, using a lot of distance attacks, plus he'll knock you back. And the next fight is definitely like almost all distance. Good Lord Almighty. Whoo, shit, and yeah, see how he's fucking me up with that weird tackle move. I don't know what to call that, a boosted tackle from the bike. Balloons, the magic of balloons, the most broken magic in the game. I would love to, yep, there I go, dying again, fucking blades. I would love to see someone do a full boss rush of these. Probably take them like 15 minutes of all these fights with nothing but balloon magic. Because balloon is such a broken magic attack. It is, and I had heard that for a while. I'm like, what the fuck, balloons? Why balloons of all things? Why is that the broken move in this game? Oh, and I think here is another point where I wound up pausing, but there we go. Back into the heat of things. It's probably answering a message or some silly shit. But here we go. Alright, so this is what the fourth times try for this video. In actuality, it's probably more like the 7th or 8th or something like that. I wish they would tell you how many times you can fight a boss, but to record that would just be an effort that I honestly don't think video game companies will make. Because can you imagine a game that told you how many times like you died, or how many times you lost a specific fight or died to like a certain monster or something like that? How insecure that would probably make you feel as a player. You're like, God damn, I'm fucking terrible. And then you compare your scores to everyone else, you're like, but not as bad as that motherfucker over there. Died 72 times in one fight. Okay, so I guess I might be onto something. Either I stopped him with that magic, or I lucked out and he stopped using the attack in the middle of me dying. Dying right there. See where I die? Because I'm a moron who doesn't know how to dodge. What am I, Gohan from Dragon Ball Z Abridged? Alright, let's go. 5th time, even though my counting is probably off in it, because I don't remember how many times I fought this motherfucker. Okay, so dodging, flying around at the speed of sound, places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. Whoop! Jesus. At the same time, I was watching TFS's videos about Kingdom Hearts, which you should watch because it's 2 hours long and I'm 30 minutes in. Oh yeah, so apparently someone did the whole Kingdom Hearts story, like they told the chronological story of the franchise. Took them 72 hours. Good God, this series is so stupidly convoluted. I can't imagine being someone who tries to play these games in order from only the mainline series. Like, no spin-offs, so you just do 1, 2, and 3. You would be so fucked. There's so many interim games, and oh God. I'll preface this by saying, I think I've played I've played most Kingdom Hearts games. I'm not going to say which games I haven't played, because that actually has to do with the video I'm putting out during the week. I'll make it in advance and then upload it during the week. But look how much health the bastard has left. All I gotta do is just hit him like 2-3 times just to fuck him up a little. Or not. I was wrong. I was judging it off the wrong health bar. I'm an idiot. But balloons. Balloons will be your safeguard in fights. Honestly, most distance attacks usually get them, especially if they're sphere-shaped. Spheres are our friends. I hate that, like, I get dodging or getting out of the way of an attack, but I miss the fights like Vanitas from Birth by Sleep, where he would actually be a combatant, and he wouldn't disappear. He'd just dart around the area all the time, even though his fight in Neverland was kind of shit. It was kind of weirdly, it wasn't properly balanced, if I remember correctly. See how I'm getting fucked up over there? It's sad. But instead, these motherfuckers just float away from you like, haha, take this long distance attack, bitch. Well, I can do it too, alright? So let me heal myself real quick, and then drop these icebreakers on your ass. Fucking goth pixie asshole. God, the giant shadow behind your back. Taste my triceratops, bitch. Beat his ass, magic dinosaur and dream ram. Not to be confused with computer ram. Man, I have like 4 abridged projects that I'm casting, if you're curious about my life, and none of them have updated, and I've recorded lines for one of them. It's weird. I'm in like 3 fan projects. I got my own going that I'm waiting to hear back from people 4 so I can get my lead. There we go! Finally! Oh man. Life is crazy. Don't try to do your own abridged series. It's hard. And I know this is going to be hard if I can finally get this cast to get together so I can get this fucking project off the ground. But, that was the fight. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And I will see you in the next one, which might be Xemnas.